We have a very special treat for you. We are going to kick off our show with a comedic story from Rhinebeck's very own host of the Correct Me If I'm Norm podcast. Please welcome Norman Magnuson, everybody.
How's this? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
I got notes. I'm old. I can't remember all that shit. I don't know how he does that. As he mentioned, I'm from here, right here in Rhinebeck, upscale, lily white Rhinebeck. It really is a great place to live, even if sometimes it does kind of seem like a retirement community. Old folks, over 65, me included, wandering around in our sensible shoes and asking the waitress at the local coffee shop in a too loud a voice, "What's the soup of the day?" And then just ordering the lunch special anyway, which almost comes with a mountain of small curd, low-fat cottage cheese, topped tantalizingly with a glistening ring of supermarket pineapple out of can, and accompanied almost always with a little bit too much information and gossip about the comings and goings of people you may or may not know. But folks are always moving away. I get older, they move out and make room for the younger people. Families come to town looking for good schools and clean sidewalks and fine dining. Take my neighbor Dorothy, for example, who lived across the street from me. Actually, she was Caddy Corner, or Kitty Corner if you're on Epstein Island. I used to see Dorothy. Names have been changed to protect my ass in this small town. I used to see her out there every day, working in her gardening. Every day was above freezing. She was planting and pruning and fertilizing. Then she moved away. She sold the place to that young couple who moved in with their teeny tiny kids, 2 of them, and 2 teeny tiny dogs to match. New people, all of them very, very cute, especially at Halloween. One day I was sitting out, as I do, on what I like to call my veranda, my front porch, keeping an eye on the comings and goings on South Street. Somebody's got it. Wait, did I already say that part? Oh, I don't know, I'm getting old. Everything is going from the big impatient brain up here to the ever hungry brain right here, and to the saggy, baggy gravity is my enemy brain down here. I just suspected all the old guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Is that right, Ping? I told him I'd get him. Anyway, I was sitting at my veranda when Mrs. New Person from this house across the street came over and introduced herself. She seemed nice enough, but after that one short conversation, I swear to God, she completely ignored me from then on. No wave, no nods, no nothing, no eye contact, ever. I can't remember her name, of course, but she wore black spandex yoga pants every single day for the first few years they were there. So I just called her Spandex. Her husband, on the other hand, is always very pleasant. I don't think we ever met, and I'm sure he has a name too, but I think of him as Porn Stache. on account of his world-class porn mustache. Yeah, think Ron Jeremy or Tom Selleck or Burt Reynolds or Will Ferrell and Weatherman. Anyway, the other day, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, we got a beautiful rate of snowfall, the one before the big one. A snowfall that was not predicted by the weatherman. And just when you think Rhinebeck couldn't get any whiter, there it was. And the next morning the sky was blue, and I was sitting on my veranda, as usual, at dawn, sipping my coffee and admiring the beautiful snow, when Porn Stache comes out of his house with his 2 teeny tiny pooches. Now, he'd always been friendly enough, you know, this guy, nod of the head, a grunt, a hey, a wave, maybe even a morning. Our neighborly relationship has always been kind of more or less a monosyllabic words and grunts and smiles thing. And this particular morning, the world covered in a blanket of pure white snow, like a blank canvas, all potential, if you will. I thought to myself, maybe this is a good time to kick it up a notch. And so I go for it, trying to raise our friendly neighborhood casual conversation scale. I called out across the street to him, "Hey, how do your dogs like the snow?" He looks at me quizzically and says, What? So I yell again, how do your dogs like the snow? He shakes his head in understanding. He says, well, they don't mind it until it gets down to around 15 degrees, and then their balls freeze up. And I think, oh, but I shout back right away, mine too. Sucks getting old, am I right? And I'm sitting there now kind of proud of how quick-witted I am. And in an instant, I'm imagining our burgeoning friendship, me and Porn Stash, and him maybe coming over one morning for a coffee with me, maybe even bringing the dogs, or coming for a cocktail one fine spring evening in a month or two. And then it dawns on me, in the middle of that stupid fantasy, he probably said their paws freeze up. Am I blushing? And he's gone maybe a few steps further west on South Street, and I look at his dogs over there. No balls. Of course they don't have balls. And by now I'm certain that I heard him wrong. And now I'm at that ugly crossroads, the corner of Hard of Hearing Avenue and gross old Man Street. And I think, what the fuck do I do now? Do I yell out that I must have misheard him from the veranda, or do I run over there and say, you know, I think maybe I misheard you. I heard you say that, and then I responded with this, which is a good response. Not to the thing that it turns out that I think that you really said. Do I do that? No, because that hardly ever leads to any further clarity. It just makes you seem like a freak. So I didn't do that. And then when he and the pooches were far enough away down the block, I turned tail and I ran inside as fast as I can, all the way to the back of the house where the kitchen is, as far away as I could get from the boulevard of stupidity out front. And I called my girlfriend, I told her what happened, and she laughed a lot. I called more friends, I told them, they all laughed a whole bunch. I told everybody I knew except for my friend Katie, because the kettle was on. When I got back to the kitchen, it was whistling away. I'd forgotten that Katie was supposed to come over for coffee. Sure enough, she did. She got there, and I told her the story too, all about Porn Stash and his pooches. It was a lot longer than what you just heard, a conversational scenic route, if you will. More twists and turns and more recording of delightful or ugly scenery and misunderstood road signs. And I finished the story, and she's silent for like 2 minutes or 1 minute or 30 seconds, whatever, in an eternity of silence. And I'm thinking, what the hell, that was a great story. I told it just fine. What about a smile or a laugh or applause? And then she finally says, if you didn't really know this guy, how did you know about his vast pornography collection? And I asked her, what the hell are you talking about? In as patient and kind of voice as I could muster. And she asks again, now talking to me like I'm the idiot. If you didn't know him, how did you know about all his pornography, his world-class porn stash, as you put it yourself? And then the dots connect in my mind, and it dawns on me all of a sudden. And I'm laughing so hard, I'm sure everybody on South Street is wondering, again, what the hell is going on now with the old guy's house?
Give it up one more time for Norm Magnus here. Norm's podcast is the one my dad almost died listening to. Correct me if I'm Norm on Radio Free Rhinebeck. It's a good listen. All right, we're going to bring up our next comedian of the evening. She has performed at Laugh It Up, and she is quickly becoming the Hudson Valley Rookie of the Year in comedy. So please give a nice warm welcome for my good friend, Gabrielle Johnson, everybody. Gabrielle Johnson.
Hi, okay, I'm so thrilled to be here, my dearly beloveds. Thank you for coming. I'm thrilled to be here, and this room has obviously seen a lot of tragedy, but I've heard that they say that comedy is tragedy plus time, and I've got about 10 minutes. I don't normally dress this nice, but I should address the cast.